Good afternoon. Great to see such a large crowd here today. And welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary, the greatest Rotary club in the. Thank you. Peace is not only better than war, but infinitely more arduous. So today's invocation, Chuck?
Let us pray. We thank you, Lord, for being in a sunny day like it is today. And we thank you for the opportunity to be Rotarians and do all what we do for our community. And bless this food to our use. Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Four-way test. A truth. Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you. Today's song is going to be led by Chuck? Nope.
No idea.
Brock.
My name and song never goes together. So, but anyway, I've got my Mariner tie on here. They started the year off 2 wins in a row, and now I've lost 4 in a row. So we're going to have to really sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game all the way down to Seattle when they have opening day tomorrow night. So here we go. Take me out
to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we ever get tagged. Root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
All right, they're
Very
guaranteed
nice.
going to win. I can tell you.
Okay. Do we have any visiting Rotarians today? Seeing no response, do we have any guest Rotarians other than the school members, the students and their guests? Okay. Well, with that, then I'm going to turn it over to the young lady with a full plate of food to do the Students of the Month. Barry, come on up.
Good afternoon. It's so great to see everyone. And you know, this is my favorite day of the month when I get to celebrate the accomplishments of our seniors. And we are honoring the 3 that are standing here before you because they truly represent the best and the brightest of our graduating class for 2022. We're going to start with Luis because Luis was actually our February Student of the Month. And so Luis, just give us a wave. All right, Luis is the son of Alejandro Ruiz and Elizabeth Santillana of Sedro Woolley. Luis maintains a 3.5 GPA while being actively involved at our high school. He focuses his time on being the best student he can be, achieving good grades, maintaining good relationships with his teachers and peers, and striving to be a great role model for our Sedro Woolley High School students. He has also been on honor roll as he's been a student with us. Outside of school, Luis enjoys volunteering at Mary Purcell Elementary, helping kindergarten through 5th grade teachers plan activities. He also volunteers for our Foundation of Academic Endeavors, FAE, helping with PE activities and smaller lessons. For 1 year, he also worked at FAE, leading 20 students in the 5th and 6th grade with a head teacher. Luis is fluent in English and Spanish, and he's currently working on becoming a youth leader at his church. Okay, Luis, if I could have you come up to the microphone, share who's with you here today, and also your dreams after graduation, where you're headed.
Hi, everyone. I'm Luis. I currently have my mom with me. Alama. After graduation, I'm going to Arizona to study to be an automotive technician at Universal Technical Institute. And I already said Arizona, didn't I? And then after that, I want to come back and then get my teaching degree somewhere to become an automotive teacher.
Congratulations, Luis and Mom. Okay, we are now going to celebrate our Students of the Month for March, and we're going to begin with Emily Chavez. Emily is the daughter of Sandra Becerra of Sedro Woolley. Emily maintains a 3.98 GPA while being actively involved at our high school. She's a member of the varsity cheer squad 4 years in running, member of the girls tennis team 4 years in running, and a member of our varsity and volunteerism club 4 years, as well as being in National Honor Society for 3 years, and also part of FCCLA for 1 year. FCCLA is our Family and Consumer Association. Outside of school, Emily enjoys lifting weights, baking her favorite sweet and savory foods, coaching our Sedro Woolley youth cheerleading team, singing in her church choir, and tutoring elementary students. Emily currently holds a position at the Northwest Career and Technical Academy sandwich shop called Bites Deli. I am excited to have Emily come up here and present who's with her here today, and also her dreams and goals after graduation.
Hi, my name is Emily. With me, I have my mom, Sandra. After graduation, my plan is to go to the Institute of Culinary Education in New York City, where I am going to plan to receive my certificate in pastry and restaurant management. After, my plan is to get a job as a head pastry chef in a restaurant, and then one day open my own pastry shop.
Congratulations, Emily. And you're going to open that shop right here in Sedro Woolley, right? Yeah, okay, fabulous. So we will know where to go to get delicious breakfast and pastries. Baylor Verada is the son of Matt Verada of Mount Vernon. And if you remember, we recognized Abby Verada, one of the triplets, last month. Baylor maintains a 4.0 GPA while being actively involved at our high school. He's been on the football team all 4 years in running and lettered in football for 3 years. He's a member of the track and field team, and also has been on the wrestling team for 2 years. He's a member of our baseball team for 1 year, and Baylor is one of our valedictorians for his graduating class. Outside of school, Baylor enjoys playing sports, hanging out with his friends, and his triplet siblings, Carson and Abby. He has previously helped at sporting events, as well as assistant coaching. He is a full-time Running Start student and will graduate with an associate's degree, as well as his Sedro Woolley High School diploma. All right, Baylor, at this time, I'd love to have you come to the microphone, share who's with you today, and also where you're headed after graduation.
Hey everybody, I'm Baylor and I'm here with my dad, Matt. After graduation, I plan on using my AA degree to go to university to study engineering and see where that takes me. I'm thinking about attending either Eastern or Western Washington University.
Thank you so much. Please give one more round of applause for these amazing seniors.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the students and their parents. And thank you for being here today. The next thing we have is we have an initiation of a new member today. And I think it's the first time we're going to have family in it, initiating family. So Frank and Paul, do you want to come up here? Packet for your brother.
Thank you, President Rich and fellow Rotarians and guests. It is indeed an honor to induct Paul Wagner, my brother, as the newest member of the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club. The mission of Rotary is to provide service to others, promote high ethical standards, and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through its fellowship with business, professionals, and community leaders. We are not a political organization, but are dedicated to the practice of good citizenship. We are not a charitable organization, but are dedicated to the helping our fellow man. We are not a religious organization, but are dedicated to the ideals of morality and high ethical standards. We bring together our individual skills, resources, and qualities of leadership to improve the life for people not only in our local communities, but also in communities around the world. Paul, you have been chosen for the membership into the Rotary Club of Sedro Woolley because the Rotarians of this club feel that you possess the qualities of leadership in your field, the qualities of personal conduct, the willingness to share those qualities of personal conduct, all directed towards the pursuance of Rotary's mission. It has been said that when a Sedro Woolley Rotarian is asked to perform, the answer is yes. President Rich, fellow Rotarians and guests, please join me in welcoming Paul Wagner as the newest member of the Rotary Club of Sedro Woolley.
I think you'll find your bill for the dues right there at the front of the thing. Time for a little business. First thing is, I think the sound system is now kind of on schedule to be here in June sometime, we hope. And we have a Rotary auction meeting tonight, 5:30 at the Janicki facility building on Ferry Street. So if any of you can be there, that would be greatly appreciated. That's at 5:30 tonight. The Burlington Midday Club is having their annual fundraiser. It's a small auction with music and dancing and some food. And that's April 23rd. If you're interested in attending that, please see me and I will get you the details on how to register. Lynn, I think you have a little update on the Riverfront Park.
Just an update on what we're doing at Riverfront Park. Got the A-OK for an extra $5,000 from Rotary to add to a city match to repair. Essentially, we're going to be replacing the covered area over the grill between the main pavilion there and the flagpole that Carl's got. Really nice flagpole out there. The one that's down there is going to be is falling apart. So what we want to do is kind of get that all nice and done up right. It was probably done by Rotarians many years ago, and it's due for replacement at this point. We're also probably going to be replacing or pulling out the sign that's on the front of the pavilion and having part of that redone and then repainted and rehung. Unsure on a time frame. We were initially looking at maybe May as a time frame. We may push it out a little bit further as they're already getting that pavilion down there booked up. So as soon as we find out, city crew is going to do the heavy lifting, and we're going to try to hope to get some Rotarians together to do some help, be that extra set of hands carrying and loading and doing all that. But the typical Kevin and Brent show, who does most of the stuff here in the city anyway, are going to be working on that whenever they get a chance to schedule it. So look forward to that, and we'll be putting stuff out. We can use any help that we can get whenever we get to that point. It may be during the week, and oddly enough, they decided that since I will be retired at a certain point, they may schedule it for that point. So I don't know if they're getting back at me for all the projects I've had them do over the years, but so stay tuned for updates on that.
Thank you, Lynn. And that's an opportunity for some of, if you're a monthly team that has not found a project yet, that's something you could participate in and get credit for that. The auction's coming up. If you haven't registered, please do so. Make Danny's life a little easier. And then get those items in and make Tim's life a little easier, and also mine a little bit. And so just let's get those, but let's get registered. There's the board is over there. If anybody else wants to sign up today on the, to try to get the cruise, it's getting actually pretty full, so it'll be an easy one to sell out at the auction. With that, is there any other announcements anyone has? Okay, quiet group today. So turn it over. Tim, are you the, oh, Chuck is the sergeant. No, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
How about number 1? Hey, Louis. Yeah. You do whatever you like.
Thank you.
All right, our next number, number 40. 40.
That's the lucky table.
Hey, Susie. Well, we had 1, now we have 2. Number 2. Yeah. Sedro Woolley Auto Parts. Okay, we'll get you a certificate. And our last number is 33. CarQuest. Okay,
Okay.
we'll get you something here. Okay, that's
Okay,
it.
Jim, Sergeant of Arms.
All right, we'll start with everyone's favorite, the auction. So if anyone's turned in 1 silent auction item, that's $1. If you've turned in 0 silent auction items, that's $3. Nick, you haven't been here in a while. You want to pick up some cash? All right, and then spring is upon us, so we're going to do a little spring trivia today. So we'll start with this table right here. Which natural phenomenon occurs more frequently in the spring and less frequently in the winter? Close. Tornadoes. That's $1. All right, for you guys, which sea animal can be observed frequently during spring when they migrate from Australia back to Antarctica? Penguins? Nope, it's whales. That's $1. All right, here's another one. The Spring Offensive, also known as Kaiser's Battle, was an important event during which war? The Spring Offensive, which was also known as the Kaiser's Battle, was an important event during which war? World War I, that's correct. All right, these guys look smart. Did you catch the sarcasm? Okay, the primavera, which means spring, is a panel painting by which Italian Renaissance painter? You want me to get, here, I'll give you three choices. Sandro Botticelli, Raphael, or Da Vinci? Nope. Da Vinci. All right. Kids and parents, you guys won't have to pay, but we got a question for you. In the Northern Hemisphere, spring begins in the month of March. In what month does spring begin in the Southern Hemisphere? September, final answer? Are you sure? Correct. I guess it's just you, Trev. We'll have these guys try to answer too. Which spring flower is also a symbol for the country of Wales? Trillium? It's a daffodil. Good try though. Happy bucks.
So for the past couple of years, we haven't been able to go over to Camp Arkyla, which is kind of a rite of passage for our sixth grade students. So next Wednesday, Dr. Mickelson and I will be heading over to Orcas Island to see all the kids. And to say I am excited to see them back over there is the understatement of the year. So very, very happy.
I got a happy 10. Just because I came in here, I haven't seen Joe Jones, other than when I dumped a bunch of spare tires on him here a few months ago. It was great. It's great to see you getting to make it here. Good to see you. I'm happy to see you.
Jada Trammell and Jada can't be here today, but we have happy bucks for our students of the month. Congratulations, we're very proud of you. And also the Deputy Secretary of Education, Dr. Cindy Martin, is coming to Sedro Woolley next week. She is going to be visiting 3 school districts in the state of Washington, plus 1 tribal school, for the purpose of elevating and uplifting the work of public schools, especially in this time of pandemic, and also to highlight and celebrate the great things that we are doing with COVID-related monies from the federal government. So she is visiting only 3 school districts, like I've said, and we were nominated by OSBI and the Office of the Governor as one of the school districts to visit. So we're very excited about that.
I see Josh isn't here again today. There was a track meet in Burlington last night, and I got to brag, grandson Mason Requay did exceptional there. Now he's a freshman, and he was running against 2 Burlington seniors. He did take 3rd, but he was right on their heels. And the boy that won the 100 meters set a brand new Burlington record of 10.89 in the 100 meters. And Mason was right behind him. But the main story was the 2 Burlington boys were 1st and 2nd. And Mason took 3rd in the 200. But when the 4x100 came along, Mason was the anchor. And unfortunately, the Burlington boys overshot the handoff, and Mason was right on the fast boys' heels as they crossed the finish line. But when the results came out, Sedro Woolley took first in the 4x100.
I got a happy 100 because it's been a while since I've been here. I'm happy to see you guys all. Lots. I've had a busy last couple years. We just bought 20 acres up off Grip Road in a 1922 house that we've been remodeling with lots and lots of sawdust as insulation. So it's been a lot of fun. And I leave here in 5 days for Disney World for 7 days. So lots to be happy about.
This isn't a happy buck or anything, but okay. Is that part of the recognition factor? Okay. Somebody said that one of the teams, May or July, I don't know if it was our team, September, for the auction, needed a ice chest to throw into the mix. And who was I supposed to get this to? Oh, Sheena. Okay. $670 at Costco, a good deal with wheels. And the other thing was, I thought I was told that we're supposed to bring a bottle for something for the Wheel of Fortune at the auction. Is that what this was supposed to? We have no glasses, so we're not going to sample.
Louis, just to clarify, the bottles come up here. I'll take that for you. I have a happy 20. Every year I get to participate in the McIntyre Scholarship interview process. And every year it just re-inspires me faith in our kids. Baylor was one of the interviewees along with his two siblings. And so Dad, good job. They did very well. And so anyway, I just love that process every year. And I wanted to share the good news. Sedro Woolley School District, good job.
Okay, I have a happy 40. 20 for our Emily, Luis, and Baylor. Congratulations again. And also congratulations to the moms and dads that raise these fine young children. So blessed to have them. I also have another happy 20 because besides the incredible track and field athletes we have out representing Sedro Woolley High School, our girls golf team is third in the region right now, ranked third in the region, and our fast pitch softball is number 9 in the state. So very excited about that.
Anyone else happy?
So I've got some happy bucks. My wife and I are finally going to get to enjoy the Cabo San Lucas trip that we won at the auction last year. Sorry, Tim, you're still not going. It's only $10 because got to save money for the excursions.
Thank you. With that, I think I'm going to call on Travis, who's going to introduce today's speaker. So if there's any early leavers, now is the time. Thank you.
Well, it is an unexpected treat today and a real honor of mine to get to introduce Luke Bitto. Luke was part of Troop 4070 when I was Scoutmaster, and he has a brother in the same troop, both Eagle Scouts. And so Luke is going to talk a little bit about his Eagle Scout project today.
from other Eagle Scouts. I'm pretty sure what he means is learn from other Eagle Scouts and incredible Scoutmasters by helping with their projects. And it's these experiences that help prepare Luke to achieve success during his Eagle Scout project. So Luke is graduating this year from Hill Creek Christian School in June. He'll be shipping out to the Marine Corps just after graduating. And he's going to the training in San Diego, and then he's going to be a reservist. He's going to plan to return to Washington, and he'll be at the stationed out of Lewis McChord at the reserve unit there. And then it looks like you're going to attend college at the same time. Wow. So it is with my honor to introduce Luke Bitto, and congratulations on your Eagle.
Thank you for inviting me here today. I'm glad to be here. So as you can see here, Northern State Hospital Awards. So I had this idea for my Eagle Scout project because I had spent quite a bit of time hiking up there, and I was like, well, there's no signs up here, you know. People should be able to tell what it's used for. And I'd been reading some books about Northern State and how it operated, and so I had the idea that I should make some signs to put in there. So I asked Port of Skagit, who happens to own the property, and it turns out they had the same idea about, you know, they wanted to put in signs, but they didn't really have the time for it mostly, or the workers for it. So I started planning, and I planned to buy manufactured signs, but with all the prices inflating last year, that was going to be fairly unattainable with the budget I had. So I had to redo my plan as far as that went, to build the signs myself. And so what I ended up doing, next slide, please. I ended up having to buy the steel to manufacture the signs by myself. So that's a draft of one, and we ran it by the Port of Skagit, and they thought it was an excellent idea. Next slide, please. So after a day, I welded all of them together with the help of my dad and one of his friends who happens to be a very accomplished welder. Next slide, please. And then, so we, one of the plans was to powder coat the signs so that they're protected from the environment and they don't rust. And so they have some color. So I dropped them off at a powder coating place that gave us a discount. And so that was the plan, but things don't always go to plan. So next slide, please. That's what they looked like. So they look fine there, but it's not the right color. So I had to purchase spray paint to paint over that so they're the right color. It wasn't all for nil because the powder coating acts as a weather protector, but that was another change from plan A. Next slide, please. So that's us repainting the signposts. We had to buff them with brushes and sandpaper, and that took us about probably three days or so of hard work. Next slide, please. And then, you know, to be able to set the signs in the ground, we had to brace them with plywood, as you see there, and we also had to wrap them up with paper so that they didn't get damaged, the paint didn't get damaged. And so that took a fair amount of our time as well, but I had a lot of help. My father was overseeing that part of it as I was planting the signs with the other group of scouts I was working with. Next slide, please. So that's us planting them. As you can see, we brace them so that they don't move around, and then we would eventually pour concrete in the holes there. Next slide, please. And that's about the end product almost. And we ended up with 6 of those planted. The original plan was to have 7 signs, but the Port of Skagit only got approvals for 6 of the plots that they wanted them planted. So the Port of Skagit ended up with 2 extra signs that they can do as they wish with. Next slide, please. And then that's the final product. So we have 6 of those up at the Swift Center, the hospital wards up in Northern State. They look really nice. I was very happy with the end product. I think some things that I learned is be prepared to change the plan quickly, and because you know, you think it's going to go one way, but you have a budget to stick with, and you might need to change it accordingly. And also, I learned how to properly manage people in a working environment, because one of the goals of the Eagle Scout project is to have leadership or be involved in leadership, leading workers in your project. So the goal is for me to do less work and me to be overseeing the project and making sure it's happening as planned. So it was a bit difficult leading the scouts and telling them exactly what to do. So that was a great learning experience. So your contributions have helped out greatly with the project. You paid for the steel, so that the structure, the sign right there, you paid for all 8 of those. So I just wanted to thank you for your contributions, and thank you for allowing me to speak here today. All right, I can take any of your questions about the project. Good question. So originally I had planned on buying manufactured signs and making the plaques myself, but with the budget constraints, I had to only buy the materials to make the signs, and making the signs ended up being kind of the whole project. The Port of Skagit is actually currently working on making the plaques for the signs right now. So it's not just a sign mount standing there. There will be actual stuff to read on it. Yeah, Travis.
Talk a little bit about the finances of the whole project. And you said that the cost changed in the middle. So talk about that.
Yeah, so originally I believe the budget was around 1,300. And what ended up happening is I looked at some manufacturing places to get an idea of what the signs would cost to manufacture. And then I went back to it, and the prices had inflated over the time that I was planning. And so it ended up being, it would have been over my budget to buy just the signs and I needed to buy concrete as well, and form tubes and other accessories, and also the powder coating as well. So I ended up having to basically make sure that my budget could or get something that my budget could handle. And steel actually was a fair amount less. It wasn't inflating as much as the manufactured signs. The cost of labor for them, it wasn't nearly as bad as that. So and we figured we could just really quickly weld them out in a day. And I was kind of nervous about that. That was actually my dad's idea. I was running things by him, and he was like, well, we could just weld them. And I'm like, well, isn't that going to take a while? And he's like, oh no, it's okay. Well, but it turned out really well. I was able to get them welded really quickly, and I was actually under my budget, so that was really good. Yes, and that.
Couple of questions. Regarding the welding, did you end up welding some of them yourself?
Yes, I did. I welded all of them myself. And my father, actually, my father's friend, who happens to be an accomplished welder, he actually taught me how to weld them. So it was really my first time welding. And then my father was cutting the steel and grinding it down. And then, so it was an assembly line. and it turned out very well for my first time welding. You can go see them for yourself if you like, but my father said that it was a very good job. So
Right on. Well, that's great. Now, you were probably working within 200 feet of the creek. Did you get a fisheries permit? I'm kidding you.
yeah, the Port of Skagit got all the permits, so I have no idea.
So you said that there's 6 locations. Can you say where specifically they
sure.
are?
So if you go down the hub drive, there is one near on the left, excuse me, right, on the first building, right out in front of it, and then you keep going. There is one in front of the administration building. That's the large building that sort of connects them all together on the right. And then the hub is the building on the left. It's the large one with the stained glass window. There's one in front of that one. And then we have one further down the road on the right, which is in front of one of the demolished building plots. And then further along down on the right, we have there's the older, more dilapidated buildings. They're kind of overgrown. In between them and the breezeway, in the sort of tunnel breezeway, there's one in the courtyard, and then at the very end, there's another demolished plot, and the final one is there. So, yeah.
And then the plaques themselves, do you know when the port is gonna have those completed, or?
I don't. I talked to Linda, the lady that I was organizing this with, and she said that they're actually designing them right now. So they wanted to get them ready by spring. So I don't really know the status on that, but I can certainly ask and pass it on.
Were you able to get some of your troop membership involved?
Yes, absolutely. So I got about 5 boys, 5 consistently showing up, and then a couple. We had 2 work days, so I had 5 boys who consistently showed up, and then I had probably about 5 more friends and troop members who showed up on one or the other of the days. So it was really good turnout. It was the right amount of people. It wasn't too many, but it wasn't too little to work with. It was just right. So. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Here we have a pen for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for a good program. Before we close, are there any other announcements today or questions? Remember, we have a meeting at 5:30 tonight for the auction. So you're all invited. You can get in on Zoom, correct, Eric? You don't know? Danny, can we get in on Zoom? Okay, Danny will try. So that means we will be able to if Danny's going to try. Okay, with that, thank you all. If you can help clean up, it'd be appreciated, I'm sure, by Team April.